Hey everyone, it's Dave Asprey, Bulletproof Executive. I'm here at the new Bulletproof Biohacking Labs, and we're just getting things set up. In fact, it's barely set up. Behind me I've got a new infrared sauna, and I've got some new kitchen equipment coming in. And my friends at Cuisinart just sent this to me. It's something I've been kind of dreaming about. I've been doing sous vide style cooking where you really carefully control how you treat your food, because cooking is processing your food, and if you cook your food wrong, you can actually make toxins that limit your performance, and you feel better when your food is cooked right and it tastes better anyway. One of the hacks is to use a steam oven, but steam ovens, when I started looking into this, were like $10,000, way beyond reach. And in fact, I couldn't even afford like a water bath because those were like $5,000 to $7,000 going back more than 10 years. I ended up putting together a sushi cooker, like a commercial grade one that I got off eBay, and a laboratory grade temperature controller. I still use that to make coffee, actually, that temperature controller. But fast forward a decade, Cuisinart has, for like a couple $100, a combo steam and convection oven. And I've been sort of fantasized about getting one of these. Didn't really have counter space. There's a dedicated kitchen for testing recipes and filming how I do it, so I can share it with you guys. However, I thought you might want to just check out the unboxing of this thing, because this is like a $10,000 item that is now $200, and essentially like a toaster oven that fits on your counter, but it can cook your food with steam. So I'll unbox it, and later I'll make some food with it, but that's going to require me getting the counters put in, because I'm filming this downstairs by the sauna on the biohacking level, not the cooking level. Everything comes with instructions, and you know what real biohackers do with instructions? They download them. Kindling for the bonfire. We had our first bonfire outside last night. It was awesome. And finally, the good stuff. One of the advantages of cooking with steam is that you can avoid like over drying your food, and steam helps you to control the temperature really, really precisely. So it's not just vegetables you want to steam, it's meat. So one of the things you'll notice that is very different from a toaster oven is it's got a water reservoir right here. And I've never pulled this thing apart before. I've just sort of drooled over it, saying I should get one of these. And you don't normally have this when you cook, but you do here, because even though it looks kind of and feels a little bit like a toaster oven, what you're getting though is a completely different effect. It's not just radiant heat. It's radiant heat with steam, so you can dial in the exact temperature. And you're gonna see as soon as I plug this thing in, the reason that I got it is that it lets you pick the temperature you want to cook your food at and then control it. One of these days I'll invest in chairs and tables, but this is the first day of me being able to shoot anything in here, so I'm pretty stoked to be sharing it with you. Warning, this could get hot. Oh, and it could shock you too. Lower rack, like a drip tray, goes there, and an upper rack. Because it's convection and it's a steam oven, you put your food up on this rack and then you set it here so that you can get the steam underneath it. And if you cook with a normal convection oven, like you'll see me do in the new double oven that we've got up here, you can get some really, really amazing effects, but elevating your food up a little bit matters. If you want to be really fancy about it, you can do something like this, even to make your own bacon. You don't steam the bacon, you want to cook it dry. But what you do is you can even put vegetables underneath it, and the veggies will kind of catch the drippings, and they taste sort of amazing. So that's the basic setup here, and I actually want to plug this thing in and at least see what the interface looks like, see what we can do here. And then it'll probably take me a couple of weeks to cook something for you here. The refrigerator's in, but the counters aren't. If you think about this though, a convection oven, it would have been, I don't know, $1,000, $800 at least to get a built-in convection oven. And there's a few convection toaster ovens that are out now. This is about the same price range, but you're getting steam and convection, so you can do either or. This is just the sort of thing that for especially a couple adults living at home, you can cook everything you want. If you're a bigger family, like me, I have 2 young kids, we would end up cooking the roast or the meat or fish in here and probably the vegetables in a pan. But let me see if I can find an outlet that works. They're not all wired in yet. And let's get this thing going. Start. It's beeping. There we go. Convection bake. I'm going to tell it to convection bake because I don't have water in it yet. But check that out, 25-degree temperature increments. So you want to cook something at 125. That is remarkably low. Most ovens stop at 175. So if you wanted to do, say, an egg at 125 degrees, you could. In a steam oven, it's going to have very precise characteristics when you cook the egg that will not be what you'd expect. So they get gelatinous, and different proteins denature at different temperatures. And you can get that level of control you wanted. And let's see if I can pretend that it's going to be steam. Toast, convection bake, bake steam, broil, steam broil. So you can steam broil down to 350. Got a timer, and steam bake down to 225. So I'm impressed. The ability to cook something at a very low temperature, and then the ability to steam it about as low as you can get with steam, which is slightly above the temperature of steam around boiling water. So this is going to be a new tool you see me use as I film recipes from the Bulletproof Diet book and some other recipes that I'm just coming up with in the kitchen here. Give me a couple weeks to actually show you what comes out of this machine because of the construction that's still happening, but it's here and it's ready to be installed. So Cuisinart didn't pay me to do any of this. This is just the sort of thing where I love getting thousands of dollars worth of steam oven technology for a couple $100 because it's accessible to everyone. Even in a small apartment, you can now cook in a way that's better than the old way.
This is good for 5 days. I use this entire thing of salt in that amount of time, and I feel great when I do that. When my sodium levels are low, I don't feel good. My resistance or my resilience is not where I want it to be. I don't resist stressors in my environment the way I should. So I'm supporting my biology with salt, and you are not a good person if you don't put salt on your food when you want it. You should actually salt your food if your taste buds tell you that you should have salt. See the head of foam that's formed on it? This is similar to what you get with a latte. There are actually little bubbles still coming to the surface, just like a freshly steamed latte.
Now there's a whole series of IQ tests involved in unpacking this thing, and I haven't actually figured out any of those. My Mind Upgrade training program has been unsuccessful so far in teaching me how to open a toaster oven, but I'm getting there. So apparently it comes inside a box with a box. All right, that was not a successful unboxing. All right, I'm getting serious. Oh, my back, just kidding. All right, this is what an upside down steam oven looks like.